Hey everybody, Todd Martin here. As some of you know, last week I debuted my first gun review video. It was just a prototype, a couple minutes long. Just want to see if I could actually do it and if anybody even cared to watch it. With the help of my wife and my Facebook friends, which are very few. Thank you guys, by the way. I figured maybe 25 views or something, but surprisingly, it's rapidly approaching 150 views in just a few days. So I'm pretty pleased with that, and what I'm going to do now is just take it full bore. Just get right into it. And let me tell you why. A, I believe firearms are a work of art. Someone designed them, they've been built, and they're just absolutely beautiful. I mean, each one is unique and different. B, I'm a strong supporter of the Second Amendment, to where we as Americans, we have the right to bear arms, and that's the bottom line of that. And C, I believe that anybody who can legally buy a firearm should have the opportunity to do so. And that, where I find, is the hang-up. I've had so many people come to me and say, Todd, look, I know you're a big gun guy. I'd love to have one, whether it be for personal protection, home protection, or really just to have fun with at the shooting range. And I just can't afford one. You know, I have a mortgage, I got kids, I got a car payment, and $600, $700, $800, $900, $1,000 and more, I just can't afford it. That got me to thinking. And this is what I'm going to design my videos about. I know of a lot of firearms that are inexpensive, so to speak, that are quality, that are reliable, and that are affordable. So what I'm trying to do is keep my reviews to, let's just say, under 400 bucks. And that should be affordable for the average working man as myself. My experience is I've been shooting guns my whole life. I'm not in anybody's pocket. No one's paying me to do this. Actually, I've had my first gun, I think I was 10 years old. I had the old Red Ryder single-shot BB gun. We've all seen the Christmas movie, you know, you're going to shoot your eye out, kid. Well, guess what? I didn't shoot my eye out because I always wear regulation safety goggles whenever possible when shooting a firearm. That's a joke. You can laugh. Okay. Let's get serious here. All right, let's get right to the review. I did a pistol last week. I'd like to mix it up a little bit. This week, I'm going to do a rifle out of my own personal collection. What I have here for you is a Ruger Model 1022, 22 caliber, magazine-fed, semi-automatic rifle. This is a very nice rifle. I mean, nice quality, well constructed. And speaking of quality, let's just get right into the first step, the quality. This is a Ruger. They've been in business a long time, and just feel free to, I'm not going to go into a lot of details, feel free to research Ruger firearms yourself, and you will find that they are a reputable gun in the industry. All right? And this 1022 model basically debuted in 1964, and they have not changed its design since. You know why? Because it works. It is a very nice rifle. So now we've covered quality. Let's go to reliability. I bought this weapon used from my local gun dealer. I don't have permission to use their name. I'd love to, but till I get permission, let's just say it's my local gun dealer. It was used, as I stated. I don't know how many rounds have been fired out of it before I owned it. I've not had it a year yet, and I've easily fired over 1,000 rounds out of it. There's been no hang-ups, no misfeeds, no jams, and I've used everything from what I consider the crappiest ammo to what I consider the best ammo out of it. This firearm doesn't care. It shoots them all. Not saying, well, it's cheap to use crappy ammo. No, you should always use a decent grade ammo because it keeps the firearm clean and increases performance. So now we've covered reliability. Now let's get down to just quickly moving, because I know you guys are already saying, damn, Todd, did you just shoot the dang thing? I'm going to get to that. But there's a lot of information I need to give you. The mechanics of it. And the bottom here, as you can see, this is where your magazine goes in. Very simple. There's your magazine release button. Very simple. Right here is your slide open lock and slide open shut lock. Very, very simple to use as well. It comes with front and rear sights. Right here you see the rear sight. Very nice. Good right out of the box. Now as you can see, the rear sight folds down. That way you can mount a scope. You see, I don't know if you can see this, the mounting plate right here gets removed. that's where your scope could go. So if you're doing, a hunter and want to do small game hunting with it, maybe you want a scope. Maybe if you're an experienced target shooter and you want to get a little bit more out of it, there you go. I don't find that you really need a scope. As far as teardown, very simplistic. You got your band here, you loosen that up, the band comes off. Right underneath here, you'll see a set screw. You take this out, the whole stock slides right off the gun. You're right into the meat and potatoes. Now, there's a little bit more to it than that. I'm not going to tear the gun down and waste a bunch of your time because I know you want to see me shoot this thing. That basically covers the mechanics of it. Now, what I want to add, and this is a really cool factor, is that there are so many of these in production, so many sold, so many out there, that the aftermarket parts for this thing is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'm telling you, stocks, I tend to like the wood stock. Wood stock. Another joke. Laugh again if you want. The wooden stocks. I know I'm a dinosaur, and I love the wood stocks, but I've seen these things in black. I've seen them in camo. In fact, I've actually, for a few bucks more, there's a stock that's sold that actually looks like some kind of whacked out military tactical stock. I mean, there's so much you can do with this. Internal parts, barrels, triggers, lots to do with this firearm. And that gets me to my next point. I did say it was magazine fed. What you get when you buy this, typically if it hasn't been modified, is a 10 round cylinder magazine. Fits right in the bottom here, flush, so you don't see anything sticking out. This is a very good magazine. Very reliable, probably the most reliable magazine for this gun because that's what comes with it. But upon firing it, as I found out, it holds 10 rounds. You just want to keep firing it. I mean, the 10 rounds really doesn't do the trick. And with that being said, there are a lot of aftermarket magazines out there. Ruger makes some really nice ones, banana style magazines. I believe they go up to 25 rounds, maybe more. I believe it's 25 rounds though. But what I've chosen, now I'm going to set the firearm down here. What I've chosen, and I'm going to step on my own toes because my last video with the pistol that I fired, I'm a big fan of steel magazines. This is funny. I kind of referred to plastic magazines as crap. Not quite. Now, I have seen some crappy plastic magazines, but what I've chosen for my 22 rifle here, the Ruger, is a Butler Creek 25 round banana magazine. I don't know what Butler Creek made this out of. It's definitely some type of a plastic substance, but this is a very durable magazine. I have nothing bad to say about it. In fact, I liked it so much I bought two. Now, with that being said, if you look very closely, there's a couple of tabs. I know my fingers are in the way, sorry about that. There's a couple tabs on this magazine. And what you do is when you have two of them, I don't know if you can see all this, they lock together. Look at that. Now we're talking something here. Let me, they're both empty. Let me insert these in the gun. See how simply they go in? Looks like a little AK-47, don't it? Now, the point of all this is that for home protection, you now have 50 rounds of 22 caliber rifle. And some people might say, well, it's just a 22 caliber. It's 50 rounds of 22 caliber. Come on now. Fun to shoot. Great for hunting. If you need 50 rounds, it's there for you. I mean, target shooting, you don't have to reload as often. And as far as I'm concerned, I would trust my life to this gun as far as for home protection. It's 50 rounds, all right? So basically, I've gave you the rundown of the Ruger 1022 rifle. I really like it, and if you like what I'm doing here, please share it with people, like it. Help me get the word out that, there are affordable guns. Oh, almost forgot. I was getting to the last little part of it. I forgot to talk about the affordability. My bad. I purchased this gun for $169 used. The magazines are like $25 a piece, so I got less than $250 in this gun. And I'm sure there's so many of them out there that if you go to your local reputable gun dealer, you will find one on their rack. Plain and simple. Now, if you say, well, I really don't want a used one, even brand new, you're looking at $280, depending on the stock and You know, if there's a scope on it, you know, sometimes they come with a scope on it. It might be a little more. A buddy of mine bought one for like just a hair over $300. I already had the scope and everything, so they're right in that price range, under $400. Good quality, good reliability, and affordable. The Ruger 1022 Butler Creek, right on. Y'all did me right. What we're going to do now is, because I live within city limits, I'm not allowed to fire a firearm on my property, nor would I, because it would definitely endanger my neighbors. So I'm going to pack her up. We're going to head up to the shooting range. So this video is going to be part 1. Make sure you watch part 2, because that is the cake and ice cream, so to speak. We're going to go to the shooting range. I'm going to show you how it fires, the accuracy and everything. You guys and girls are going to love this gun. Todd Martin, thank you so much for your support, and I hope you continue to support me. We want to make this a success. Bye.